Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems something wanted me alive. I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King. Garbage.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you and...
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. Why? But are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, but it's a lot nicer out here than inside. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured. And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. You'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
There's a chest up there. I'm gonna grab that when I get the chance. Whisperwood. I'm pretty sure I can farm Whisperwood. Or any plants actually. Sell them for money.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
Whoops. I was supposed to do that.
Bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
Look, what's that? Yes, I did see how it made short work of the great Acorn's servants. Quite right, very impressive.
Wait,
but
what?
that is no reason to trust it. Giants like that destroyed our forests. They are the very reason the great Acorn is returning in all its wrath. What? Dear me, have you taken leave of all 6 of your senses? You would have me use this giant for a shield? Why would I... Oh, I see. You cunning devil, Quercus. Of course, if it defeated the great Acorn's vile servants, it can do so again. We need only follow in its big, wide shadow and be safe. Egad! It speaks our tongue, Quercus! Hush before! What do you mean a good time for introductions? You know full well who I am, you silly old cat. The great Salora, grandest of the... Oh, introduce myself to the giant. I shall do no such thing. You give away your trust too easily, my dear steed. No. We will have the giant march. In time, we'll see whether it deserves our confidence. Now, onwards! Shield! Venture forth, post-haste. The great Acorn waits for no one.
Is it good that the Acorn may
return?
What
do you say, Quercus? We once believed it was good, but now... No, quite right. As terrible as the giants have been to us, we do not want to see them wiped out. Rather, we must find a way to live together in peace, giant and squirrel.
Be the end goal.
Although it would be quite a bit easier to get along if the giants would stop turning our home forests into spears and ships and things, wouldn't it, Quercus? Perhaps the shield will let them know as much.
Is this guy gonna follow me? Yeah, he is. I think. Yep. Cool. That's interesting.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red colour. Could he be? Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away. Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so... Now then, if there's nothing further... I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing...
He sighs.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Okay.
Memories.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Ask what he
What do you
means
mean,
by lost.
What do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the Spouse of the Sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. Truly. A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came fine. On one, for reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good.
Sure.
So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you? Very well.
Fighter's fun.
Onwards then to victory or...
The Red Prince nods and gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be travelling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
He's very full of himself.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... What? No, that can't be... Huh? Yeah, fine.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk... Here lies a nameless inmate. May he find the peace denied him in life in the Hall of Echoes.
There's a chest in here, I think. Yeah. A bow, leather armor.
As the alcove opens up, you see the same skeleton that you met on the boat before it sank. He's leaning over a corpse, prodding and pulling at the skin of its face.
Bugger. How on earth am I supposed to...
Bagger.
Oh.
Bagger.
Skeletal fingers reach down and grip the skin of the dead man's face, pulling sharply upwards. After a few more tugs at the man's cheeks, the skeleton relents, letting the head drop to the ground with a damp thud.
Damnation. That stuck fast. I wonder, does the beard act as some form of anchor?
Cough politely.
No! Stay back! Don't... Oh, it's you. I must admit I'm surprised. Perhaps you're more buoyant than I suspected.
Buoyant. Buoyant.
It seems the human that stole my mask was rather more resourceful than I gave her credit for. I chased her here. Seems to have given me the slip.
Hands back to the body, prodding at its face cautiously.
What other corpse seems rather stubbornly attached dull? A tool to delicately but viciously rip the face from the body. I could then craft a mask to hide my bone, but as I lack such a tool...
The skeleton grabs the corpse by the cheeks and pulls hard, grunting in frustration as the body's skin holds firm.
Because my own was stolen from me. And the idea of being chased across Rivellon by every idiot with a torch does not appeal. Oh, get away! Monster! Hide the children! Oh. You are simple beasts. And you simply do not like my... Well, not my kind, but those that look like me. So... if I am to traverse this land, I will need a mask to disguise my features. By which I mean shout loudly. I do not want you sneaking up on me again.
Okay. Of course we're gonna loot the bodies. Nice, we leveled up. Let us see what we can do. I'll go for damage for now. Yeah, sure. May go Hydro Fist at some point, and Polymorph. But for now, let's just go Warfare. Persuasion is fine for now.
You hear a small whimpering sound from behind a basket. You peer behind it and find a small human child holding her knees and trembling. A wide grin cracks across the child's face through her tears, showing two big gaps where her front teeth should be. She laughs.
Really? Yeah. Warrior Princess Coral. You're nice. You can have this. I found it outside, but I can't read it yet. That's next year, and then I'll learn it.
The child wipes her eyes and, grinning, plunks herself down on the earthen ground. She starts tracing shapes, hearts, stars, and diamonds into the dirt.
Go! Get
Okay.
out! You are not welcome here. Go, man-pig! You do nothing wrong. I am not my... Please.
A serene elf potters between his
Herbalist.
plants. Noticing
Oh,
your
this
interest,
guy's
he
gonna give
beckons
me
you over
money.
with a smile.
Oh, stranger, come, come. I know this hellish place seems devoid of welcome. But look, Tyr Sendilius smiles. My seedlings grow strong. May their life bring
Seedlings?
joy to our own. Isn't nature just marvelous? Ah, it's good to meet a fellow green thumb. Here, a gift from one guy.
Beaming widely, he hands you a bucket and a seedling before patting your hands affectionately.
Far better to work the soil, to tend the seedlings, to make life, to make...
The elf returns to his planting,
Guy's a nut
grinning
job.
and humming a happy little ditty under his breath.
Okay, there's nothing in here. I want